Hello, in this video I'm going to say a little bit about how you save and export files in Shotcut. So first of all, this is a fairly short file, but took a long time to do because I was combining music with different filters. I had a credits scene, and then I put a movie on top of it. So this, even though it was short, took me a while. And it's fairly complex. And you don't want your tracks all over the place. It's nice when you export this as a movie, it'll be one nice track with the sound and the image and everything just in one track. It makes it easier to work with. So you would want to save your video. You would do export file. You want it as an MP4, and then you could save it as however you want. So I'm going to call it test credits revised. And it's going to save. Now, one thing I point out, you can change stuff here and it will still export as a movie just fine. And you can even start working on another movie while this is exporting. It's not going to cause any problems. Sometimes they'll say failed, and don't panic if it says failed. Go and actually see if your video played. Go to where it was exporting, because there's a good chance it worked out just fine. This is a short clip, so that's why it's going so fast. Some can take like 10 minutes, 15 minutes even. So that's exporting as a video that we can play. But here's the thing. Let's say that you are in the middle of it and you got to go to another class. You can't finish it. So you can do File, Save As, and let's go back to that working. Let's see, desktop, Valve Late working. Okay. And I saved it. Now here's the thing. It's going to save these files where they're at, but it's more like a map than it is than it's like storing them. And I can't really explain it. I need to show you. So let's close out and let's start Shotcut again. And recent projects, I can click on that. Now it's going to open it. So that's actually a different one. That's fine. That's a different one. Let's open. And let's go to our working. And there we are, test credits rough. And now it's going to open up what we were just working on. There we are. See, that's all my stuff. So that's great. But here's the problem. Here's what's tricky. Let's go to that working file. That's where I had all the files. And I use the Filipino national anthem. I'm going to move that to, actually, I apologize. Let's move that to the desktop. Okay, I used that file. I've now moved it to the desktop. It's not going to let me move it because it say, hey, it's being used. So let's close out Shotcut again. Let's move this to the desktop. And then let's open Shotcut again. Like I said, this is probably confusing, but the only thing I can do is really show you. So remember, I moved that file out. Let's try and open it. It says, oh, we're missing that file. We no longer have the national anthem file. So let's go back. I put it in desktop. Let's put it back in that working folder. I'm going to hit OK. Let's try again. And now it came in. So here's the thing. You can save it, but it's just a map. It's not remembering the actual file. So if you bring your USB drive and you save your Shotcut work to your USB drive and you leave and come back, you got to bring that drive with the files with the same name in the same places, or it will not work. Right? So if you export the movie, that's fine. You've got a movie. But then it's a movie. It's not going to look like this, right? It's going to look different. Let's see if I can get what the finished one looked like. Did I put that under? Yes. So when you export it, this is what it's going to look like. See, and look, now everything's together, right? When you save it, everything's separate. And that's great because that lets you work. When you export it, it's going to put it all together. The sound is now linked with the video. That PowerPoint and that video are now one piece. And that's what it's got to be when you play it through an MP3 player, when you project it as a movie. So they do different things. So just to reiterate, because this is confusing as all get out, when you export it, you make it MP4, you make it into a video, everything's together. So it's great for playing, but it's you can't edit the individual pieces that made it up. Now you can't change this video here. You can't change this separately. It thinks it's just one big piece. When you do save as, it's here, right? It's going to be in its different pieces, and you can still easily work with it. Sometimes you want to go ahead and export as a video because you're going to take these different pieces and weave them together at a different point in your documentary. And it's going to be up to you to decide when you want to do that. So remember though, if you do use the save as, you got to have your files so that Shotcut can find them again, because it's not remembering them, it just has a map to find them. So I hope that didn't confuse you more. I hope that helped. As always, if you have questions, just let me know.